In order to broaden and deepen our understanding of working with light, here we're going to examine how we can use curves and masking to improve light in a photograph that's been converted to black and white. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but perhaps you have this color image that you like and you think the tone and brightness is good, but then you go to your adjustments panel and you click on the black and white adjustment layer icon, and all of a sudden the image feels a little bit lacking. Well, what we need to do is start to analyze that. And here with this photograph, one of the areas that I notice that needs work is this area is too bright. I need to darken that up. So we'll click on our adjustment layer icon. We'll choose curves and we'll click and drag down. Next, on a Mac, press Command-I, on Windows Control-I to invert the mask, and then grab our brush tool. Here we want to have a nice big brush, no hardness, and our opacity will bring down to about 50% or so. And all we're going to do is just start to paint over this area, darkening this up. And it's important that we darken this up because it's so close to the person here. And this is Timmy Curran, a pro surfer and musician. We want to make this a little bit more about him. So I'm just darkening up some of these areas here. It's kind of fun to have the lights of the train in the background. I'm going to make sure those stand out still. But I'm just darkening up a lot of this area surrounding him, which in turn will act to brighten him up a little bit. All right. Again, just painting on that mask. Here we have it before and after. And while these techniques that we're exploring aren't necessarily rocket science or something completely new, what is important is that we're really learning how to discern, how to look at light, and then make some corrections. All right, well, the next thing we want to do is bring some light to him there. So we'll click on the adjustment layer icon again and choose curves. This time we'll go ahead and brighten this up and then press Command or Control-I to invert. Grab our brush tool again, this time a much smaller brush, and just start to bring in some of this light into a few of these areas here. Again, just bringing out some of the detail that we have on the main subject, drawing the eye to this area of the frame. And a lot of this is just old school, really burning and dodging, right? It's just bringing attention to different areas of the photograph. The trick, of course, is to know what areas to bring attention to. Here's our before and then our after. Last thing I want to do is create one more adjustment layer, one more curves. And this time I want to control the overall brightness and contrast. Because I made some of those other adjustments, I can get away with pushing this a little bit further than I would have otherwise. And here I want to go for a really nice contrast look. Now again, because I have these other adjustments, these then all work together to make something which is interesting. Well, here we have it, our before, and then our after, creating a photograph that has a bit more of an edge, a little bit more drama, and where it focuses the viewer into a particular area of the frame. Now, in reviewing this image before and after, the only thing I notice that I want to do is click in my curves adjustment. This is the darkening one. I'm going to grab my brush, paint with a real low opacity. I want to darken the shirt up a bit. I feel like that's just a little bit too bright, so close to the face. I think it would be nice to have a little more density there in that area, so I'm just going to darken that up a little bit. All right, well, I think that looks pretty good. Let's evaluate before and then after. Nice work.